162nd president of the Medical Association of Georgia. He is also a valued member of a volunteer surgical team that cares for poverty-stricken patients in Guatemala. Dr. Walsh keeps in shape by bicycling, and he and his wife of 32 years, Jane, live nearby in Roswell, where they like to play in the earth with their urban garden. Please join me in thanking Dr. Steve Walsh for his exemplary life of service to improve the health of patients here in Georgia and abroad. We also thank him for continuing to lead the efforts in providing the legislative medical station on the second floor to respond to the medical needs of the legislators, the staff, and the visitors. Thank you, Dr. Walsh.
Well, thank you.
And I
Well, thank you so much, Representative Price, for that wonderful introduction. Thank you. And yes, it is a pleasure to be here to have a day at the medical station. And you know, I want to say right up front, yes, I am an anesthesiologist, but I don't plan to anesthetize today. And with that, I'm going to keep my comments very short, too. But yes, I want to thank you all for your time away from home and family to take up the concerns of our state. And I want to take this special opportunity I have today to thank the state of Georgia for the role it played in my medical education at MCG. But, you know, there's one thing that stands above all else, and something I am privileged to be a part of. And it is really that relationship that exists, a relationship of value and trust a physician has with patients. And I know this to be a critical ingredient that brings greater healing and better outcomes to patients. So I hope and pray that this critical ingredient of value and trust will be protected and preserved for our future generations. So thank you all today.
All right, we're going on now to announcements. I will ask if any of you have pages here today, that we'll be doing those photographs immediately upon adjournment, so don't leave if you have pages here. Chair recognizes for an announcement the chairman of the Banks and Banking Committee, Chairman Morris.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On behalf of the Georgia Bankers Association, would like to invite you to their reception at the Marriott Marquis. I believe it begins at 6. The reception does, so come meet with your local banker. You might renegotiate your loan. You might get extra 30 days to save the family farm. So come be with us, and we always have a good time. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Chair recognizes Chairman Knight for an announcement. Or not. Chair recognizes Representative Laricchia for an announcement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to invite the other members of the Okefenokee region to come up, other representatives. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the representatives from the Okefenokee region, I'd like to invite you to the Okefenokee occasion at the depot this afternoon from 5:30 to 8:30. Come enjoy the food, fun, and fellowship. I'd like to see y'all there. Gator tail.
Chair recognizes Chairman Battles for an announcement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Retirement Committee will meet this afternoon at 2 o'clock in 515 CLOB for organizational meeting.
Who are you going to organize?
Start at 10 and count backwards, and you'll go to sleep. The retirement meeting, did I read that wrong? Retirement meeting will be at 2 p.m. at 515 CLOB.
Are you sure you have the authority to call that meeting still?
Well, we're going to meet
On a hope and a prayer.
We're going to meet and talk for a few minutes, and then we're going to leave.
Chair recognizes the chairman of the House Appropriations Committee, Chairman England, for an announcement.
Assuming an awful lot, there will be a full House Appropriations meeting tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. for about 15 minutes to organize the committee in our usual meeting room. And subcommittees will be meeting tomorrow afternoon, Friday, and our new Transportation and Infrastructure Subcommittee will be meeting actually Tuesday morning. Remember that the governor will be here to address the joint hearings starting Tuesday morning as well. I ask that you be in the room in 341 in place by 9:45. He will be there at 10. That's all assuming. I'm just letting you know. I'm not assuming anything. But anyway, the other thing that you might be curious about, there were some things mentioned about the budget today. So budget books will be available this afternoon in the CLOB room 412, which is the House Budget and Research Office, at about 1:30. So as you go get those, we will ask that you sign for those. There is one copy for every member. And so if you send someone, they will be asked to sign for you as well. Once you get that, I would strongly advise that you put your name on it and hang on to it, because there's no guarantee there will be another one. Thank you.
Chair recognizes Representative Darlene Taylor for an announcement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to invite every member of the House to a special meeting tomorrow morning. The Georgians for a Healthy Future are having their annual Healthcare Unscramble. We'll be addressing and talking about some of the important healthcare issues opening for this session. We'll be at 7:30 at the Freight Depot. Thank you.
Chair recognizes Representative Trammell for an announcement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Minority Caucus will meet in the morning at 8 a.m., room 230, here in the Capitol, 8 a.m., 2:30.
Chair recognizes Chairman Shaw for an announcement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Rural Caucus will meet for the first time today at across the street, the normal spot, the Department of Ag. So everybody that's rural or loves rural or has a rooftop garden or anything like that, just come join us today. Bring your dues.
Chair recognizes Representative Williamson for an announcement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. There will be a Majority Caucus freshman luncheon immediately upon adjournment in room 417. If all the freshmen of the Majority Caucus will please join us. Thank you.
Okay. Chairman Knight ever come in? Okay. That completes announcements. Oh, we have a birthday today. Please join me in wishing happy birthday to Representative Derek Jackson. Representative Jackson, happy birthday. All right. Chair recognizes the Majority Leader of this House for a motion.
Mr. Speaker, I'm not going to assume, but I'm going to make a motion that we stand adjourned until tomorrow, Thursday, January 12th, 2017 at 10 a.m.
Majority Leader has moved that this House be adjourned until Thursday, January 12, 2017 at 10 o'clock a.m. All those in favor of the motion will say aye. Aye. Those opposed will say no. The ayes have it, and this House will be adjourned until Thursday, January 12 at 10 o'clock a.m.